Welcome back to Factorio Space Exploration. My name is Nilaus and we are continuing with our series here, rather lengthy series. And what we have is we've completed our material science. That was a great milestone to achieve, and that unlocks some science. Maybe not something we can use right now, but it actually turns out to be incredibly useful. I was thinking that either I should go on with the energy science 2 because that gives us beacons, or the biological science because that gets us, well, the third of the three basic space science. So I was kind of planning to do that, but as always when you play Factorio, plans seem to change because reality happens, and that reality is the fact that biters are honestly just getting a little bit nosy here on my planet. And if you can see, yeah, thank you for emphasizing it. Thank you. And does it, oh, Kenga, we get things destroyed. Oh, look at that. Well, that's a big issue. That's a big issue there on Kenga that we need to figure out that. Plus, we also have like pretty monstrous attacks coming in, and they will actually breach. So we need to secure our defensive perimeter here on Nilaus. We can do that with artillery, but we can't really solve that problem over on another planet easily. Except we actually can. And how do we show that most easily? These new tech. There we go. A weapons delivery cannon that can shoot nukes at faraway planets. Doesn't that sound enticing? Like, they're crazy expensive, but we still really want them. Now is here things are getting destroyed. Like, that's a lot of things just getting destroyed all the time. So if we could push them back, it would be real nice. That means we need to start working on in our hub. We just make some artillery. There we go. That's fine. Let's make some artillery locations. I think we just want to build something easy out here with artillery. Do we have artillery requested? No, not yet. Let's see. How would I do an artillery thing? I could do like that. Yeah, so I want artillery here, and that is technically outside of logistics range. So I'm going to need to have a logistics chest here as well. Or that one, and just an inbound there, and this thing would then be requesting some artillery shells here. 10, let's call it 20. Just, that's way too much, but that'll be nice when we need to blow stuff up, and that will go in here. So I guess this is kind of a nice little baseline. What we then want to do is we can take this part here and just place it everywhere. But we don't have any artillery shells, so that's what we want to do. And if we look at the artillery shells here, this is kind of the blueprint I've set up. It's a pretty good, or sort of the ratios I've set up. We have explosives, we've done that already. We have plastic, we have steel, we have radars somewhere, and 1.7 radars per second. That's actually something. And that gives us 1.7 artillery shells per second. That's not a lot, but you know, eventually I guess it'll saturate. It'll be super busy in the beginning, and we will just be, we have enough of the what are these, cannon shells, explosive cannon shells into the artillery. Perfect. So let's build this one and get it online. And so we have it built. It's looking glorious, and we're getting stuff inbound. We just got the steel inbound. We're getting the explosives inbound, and we are hopefully also getting inbound here. We can see that the 1 of 1 train, so we are getting the plastic inbound as well. This will give us a nice little production. Oh, the steel's coming in first. There we go. There's the plastic coming in. Just a nice build here that will give us, what was it, 1.7 artillery rounds per second, and we will just get this done. And as soon as it gets done, we will just have a look at it and see how it actually gets done over at these locations. They are desperately begging for some artillery rounds, and if I just set up my artillery shells, now what will happen is that I will be pushing it back a little bit. Will that really prevent us from getting more attacks? Well, both yes and no. No, in the sense that the way biters attack is when they absorb pollution, that is sort of the resource to creating biters. So that's why the pollution doesn't spread very far. It spreads out, and then it hits some biter nest, and then it gets absorbed. That's kind of how it is, and that generates the attacks coming at us. Brilliant system, actually. But it also means that, well, we're generating such a hard line of pollution here that if I just push them out in the distance here, it'll still be pretty much all of the pollution being absorbed by biters. There'll be a little bit more absorbed by the ground here and the vegetation, but it won't be a lot of extra pollution being absorbed. So it'll still be, I don't know, I would guess like 90% of the same amount of attacks, but there's also the point that it's now like a larger surface area if we spread it all the way around. So that's, I think that it's still worth it. It doesn't do as much as we'd maybe like. Let's have a look over here. We are getting some of these and they are being picked up immediately. And there we go, they are being picked up. We should monitor some of these out here. I think this is probably an ammunition. Yes, let's have a look at the first ammunition coming in and just seeing that it works, and then we'll be happy, and then it's all just a matter of spreading it everywhere else. The issue here is that I need bigger defense than what we have, right? There we go. So they're shooting, that's nice, and that will of course trigger an immediate attack. So we need to make sure that we can protect it as we scale up. Well, that's good and all, but this is only on Novice. So what I could do was go to all my planets and build something here as well. Like this is just like basic defense, just desperately trying to protect what's coming in. And you can see that we're struggling a little bit with things here. What if there was a way that we could shoot things remotely? And there is. So let's have a look at that. The way it works is that I need one of these cannons, weapon delivery cannons. Holmium, yes, we got it. Heavy girders, we can make that. Aeroframe poles, we can make that. And then they're just expensive, but we don't need a lot of those. Then we should make these shells, weapon delivery capsules. They're also super expensive. And then we need to make nuclear weapons to put in here. So we do have a little bit of... This is our very basic processing. It definitely needs to be bigger because we're going to need a lot of this, of uranium. But for now, this is only being used for a little bit of fuel here and a little bit of shooting to other planets. Then that's kind of fine. But that's not going to cut it. So let's start working on a design for the build of nuclear weapons and these capsules. We got all the things we need, so it should be possible. We are building this very basic structure. It is it's using a lot of resources, a ridiculous amount of resources. And this is my only train of uranium that I actually have. I've just taken all of my stockpile and put it into a train and going in here. Now this is a pretty ridiculous build. It takes 20 uranium-235 per second, and it only creates one every 5 seconds. But you know, if I can throw a nuke every 5 seconds continuously, that would be pretty sexy, right? And throw it anywhere in the world, or anywhere in the system. That would be... I'd like that. So I built a big box. I don't think I want to fill up the big box with nukes. Or do I? Well, no, not really. But because when I'm streaming, there's a chance of people dropping bombs on my base, then I want the sturdiest boxes as possible so that they can maybe endure like a nuke dropping on my nuke storage. You know, you don't want to be nuking your own nuke storage. This is getting explosives. Yeah, explosives are busy because explosives are also being needed for the artillery. Over on the other one, I've also built this, and you can see that it's coming in. All these items, it was so simple that once we set it up, then just build a little bit. And here, this is making 1.25, so it's a little bit faster, but not much. And I will be making this one also capped, and there. Now, I don't really think I want 3 of these. I think I want just... Let's try doing like this. There. And I'll get that. And that goes in here, and you are going to be down here. I don't think this should be... It should be that one. And... Good. So, this is working. This will be nuclear plants. I need to designate... You can either send these, which is a lot of other stuff, and explosives. But if we have the option of dropping nukes, then I think that's a pretty easy choice, right? And that's a copy paste. Do we do that? Yes. This one will be just like 10 of those. So as we build some nukes, we are going to request them in here. Should be good. And why are you there? You should not be there. And that one. Right. So we will be requesting some nukes in here eventually. Funny how it's not getting any. Well, right. It's not working because I don't have any explosives, because explosives are slowly being built. That was definitely never intended to be exploited to the degree that we're using it now. It was just for, I think it was for maybe cliff explosives or something. Definitely not to the scale. So that might be something that needs upgrading later on. Oh, we also got it in here. All right, this one also needs. Yeah, it might be a thing, but I think it's gonna be a buffer thing, because if we really look at this part, it uses 12.5, and this one is using how much? 10. So that's 22.5. That's actually way too much. Anyway, the way it works is a little bit weird. First of all, we need to select what planet we shoot on, and we need to find that Kenga. That's the one we're worried about. Okay. That's not what I how can I not find it? Kenga. There we go. Then I can do manual targeting of what I want to shoot at. Like here. I'll want to shoot at that location. That should probably be fine for nuking all of that. There we go. Then I can switch it on. And then I have it on manual targeting. So now we just need to get something inbound, and then we'll see. I think that I can... I'll cheat a little bit and get this going here. And there. So that should get us at least a little bit of nuclear power going. And this one will fill up. And then when we get a nuke inbound, then we'll see it shoot. We got the first nuclear weapon in here, atomic bombs in here, and it is a slow process to build. Is it on? Yes. So once this is done, then let me just jump over here and then see. I don't need to target. It should already be targeted, and then we just need to wait until it shoots back on the home planet. It was at 66% out of 50 seconds, so it'll be like 15 seconds from the start that we clicked over here. That should mean that you see it. Here it is. That's perfect. Now, it won't be killing all of these, and I don't care. Those are not important. It's only important to kill the nests and, to some extent, the this part. So now I could just go click here. And that should sort of launch the next one, but it takes like 50 seconds to build the next. So it'll just be a little bit until it actually drops here. Incoming! There we go. Beautiful. And so we can continue just running around the planet, targeting the next one. Or we could switch it to automatic planning. So that means when it completes, it will shoot, obviously. And then after it shoots once, then it will automatically retarget. We should just look at it here because we can see the preview. And then it will automatically retarget to somewhere else on the planet. That's pretty damn neat. And that should be the way to work. And that means we have now an automatic way of clearing biter nests. And it'll unfortunately, like if there's one worm, it'll just target that one. So it'll just target a random one and then figure out, see, it's shot and then it changed immediately. So we won't see where it actually killed, but it'll now also have retargeted somewhere else. That is brilliant. Now let's just get on with it. We need to just keep this firing. There's no way that this is going to keep up. So what we really need is we need more uranium. And that means I need to overhaul this one radically. And that means this needs to be using productivity. That means we need more than 2 locations here where one of them is run out. So we need to tap the uranium we have here. And I think we have uranium up here. It's not a lot. We also have a nice big uranium up here, but that's a little bit outside of our region. Oh, look at that. It's shooting just nice and going. So what we need to do now is we need to secure the perimeter. We need to set up turrets everywhere. And we need to upgrade this part and then build some new Kovarex. Because this is a good Kovarex build. It just doesn't scale. We need something that's much bigger. So let's find some space. I don't know, and build that. This is the new updated location. It does exactly the same as the previous one. It just has way more processing capacity. So if we could just keep the trains coming inbound, then we would be able to keep this running all the time. How much is it technically making? It's consumes basically 4 red belts, and it is then producing 13.5 per second. And that needs to go into a number of different things, and that's why we have this part here. So the first thing is we split it between the light and the dark green. We take the dark green first. The dark green is prioritized away so that only the residual, when all the other demands are met, will go into the box. But what are the other demands? Well, the first thing is that it goes in here, becomes ammunition for the belt circling our base. Maybe we just want to transition out of that. Then it also becomes part of the ammunition here, or the uranium that we shoot to other planets. Then it also becomes over here to feed into a local Kovarex build. This local Kovarex build is only in charge of doing nuclear power, nuclear fuel, and nuclear power fuel. And the same with the uranium-235, or the light green. It goes out here. Then it goes in and sort of helps feed this to get it started. Actually, it doesn't need to do that anymore now that it is started and it is operational, right? No, it's actually jammed, so it doesn't need to go in there. Then it also moves forward and then goes into shooting system for the other planets, and then any residual goes up here and becomes part of the network. So that's pretty good. You can see that it goes in, and eventually we will fill this one. Ah, right, yeah, okay. So I don't actually want this part here to be to be feeding into this uranium train here. This one is probably never going to be done, but that's kind of beside the point. We'll make do with it. What are you? You are not. Why are you not requesting this? You should be requesting 3 of these. There. Copy, paste, and that's requested. Good. So they need to run on nuclear fuel now. Right. So we have a better setup, and we are kind of almost keeping up with our uranium. Also, with the material science, we got a better jetpack or a thruster suit, so we can now run around with a better thruster suit. Let's look at our Kovarex build, and this is our glorious Kovarex build. Well, and what does it do? Well, it takes a total of -8 of the dark ones and giving us +3 of the light ones. That is a lot of work for 3 per second. But you know, it's something, and it's a pretty big build. It's also extremely power hungry, which is another issue. The way it works is that each of these is self-contained. It sort of cycles around first it cycles around inside here, then it cycles around anything excess. Once it's saturated, goes out and goes back into this part. And okay, it is flowing. And then it cycles in and refills it, and then only when it's overflowing here will it then export outwards, and that outwards goes back. It goes, half of it goes back in to sort of keep it fed. That's just to kickstart it. It doesn't need to be there anymore, and then the rest goes out here into a train. It's a very slow train since it only comes in at 3 per second, but hey, it's something. And we only have one location that actually requested, and that is our nuclear fuel location, so let's go there. There's also another little thing to it. I actually have built 2 of them, but I am unable to saturate it with enough uranium. I should know, since this one was only producing like 13, was it? How much was it? It was producing, yeah, 13.5. This is consuming 2 if it's using, so that would be 13.5 going in here, and this is using 8 plus 8, so that's 16, so it's too much anyway. We are unloading the uranium. Uranium comes in here, makes nuclear power or atomic bombs. Atomic bombs just stack up. Great, everything is awesome. We go over to this location, and okay, there's actually a drought of heat sinks. Weird. And the only thing we were missing was this part. I'll enable it again, and we will then get this in, and then we have set these 2 up to shoot to a Kenga automatic targeting. Kenga automatic targeting. They already have target something, and I've also noticed, and this is really nice, they will not target the same thing, because that was one of my worries, was that it would actually end up just using the same algorithm to choose the same one, and that means that if you have more of these, they would always be targeting the same thing. Now what we have with this part here is that if we could keep this running, which we can't quite keep it running, if we could then we would have like a nuclear weapon every 5 seconds, but that would require 20 uranium-235, and we only have like 6 in the best case scenario. So, not enough. So maybe like a third of what I need. So every 5 seconds, it would be like every 15 seconds later. Maybe let's call it every 20 seconds. There's also the part about this part here. This is taking a 50 seconds to craft. So if I look at all of this, then that's actually like shooting every 25 seconds. I think that's what we should aim for. A nuclear bomb dropping somewhere every 25 seconds. The question is that enough to not only mitigate and stymie the biter expansion on a remote planet, but is it actually able to clear it eventually? Let's go to this location, and as we see, this is getting closer, and we'll just wait and see that it targets this location, and then we'll see how that works on Kenga. Kenga will be. My idea is that we will. Here it comes. My idea is that we will be clearing planets like this, basically having this set up, and then it'll be going back. You have now already targeted the next location. Nice, nice. And if I then look at the map view for Kenga, there we go. There is, unfortunately, as far as I know, no way of knowing, of controlling where it shoots. Like, for example, we have some bombs here. Like, it would be nice if it chose to destroy that nest instead of this nest. Right? This nest isn't really a big danger to us right now, but you know, I guess if we need to clear everything, we need to clear everything, and each one of these has a chance to expand. So if we just need to make sure that we can kill it. The question is then, on the whole planet, will they expand faster than once every 25 seconds? I have no idea. I have literally no idea about this. I don't think we have a super aggressive bite expansion. I don't think that it'll be doing that so fast. Oh, we don't have any of that. This location, it should be going away, right? It should be going away because that was actually targeted. Let's look at here. Oh. I get 11 inbound and it's just working upwards, and this one's also working upwards. You're at 77%. Okay, I'm just gonna look at. Okay, it actually switched to another one, and we should then see this being nuked. So every 25 seconds, we basically do this, which is beautiful. And then looking again on the map, but you know they are kind of getting well. They're still. If we look at some of the closer ones like this, if we switch it, that's still around, and I think we're also having like biter nests. If we look on the minimap, then maybe we can see some biter nests like there. They're not being shut down. Oh, there we go. Like that was actually getting shut down. It just didn't update with the map view. There we go. Like that one was shut down. And sometimes if we just scroll around looking at these, then that was a new one that spawned. Yeah, oh, there we go. Some of these got nuked. That's nice. So eventually we will see this whole planet being pockmarked with these nuclear craters, but totally worth it. Like most of those will be. There you go. That's actually nice. So it actually just lights it up for a little bit before it nukes it. That's really nice. But unfortunately, it doesn't leave it a little bit after. But that's cool. So. That's it. That's how we are going to clear this planet, and that will also enable us, if we build up enough reserves, that in due time, when we get to one of those planets we can look at. I think it's this one. This is the best vitamelange planet we have, and it has monstrous amount of vitamelange, but it has biter meteors. Falling meteors will bring biter nests if not shut down. I think that's a good idea to shoot that down then. And there we have the generation on this map. There we go. And if I just start sort of processing this, we have the vitamelange here. That's the stuff, the spice. The spice. There's the spice. There. And we need to take that out. And let's see. We have biters. Yeah, we do have biters on this. But it would be nice if we could start shooting these biters. If we go to this one and then try to sort of claim that. And then you go, no, there's actually biters here. I wonder if we could shoot on this planet now before landing there, because they're not on expansion mode yet. Maybe we could take them out. Like this is super easy to take out. That's actually interesting. Let's give that a shot. Let's take you and go to some other planet. Fire, that one. Target, there. Gone. Nice. And did you target something else? Automatic targeting? It can't target anything else. But what if I then try to confirm that it's empty? It says no. Okay, but shouldn't that be targeted then? Automatically? By my... I'm maybe trying to strain it a little bit too much. And then this will be targeted. But if we don't have anything else, I think that I don't like it, but I think I need to do this. The scan on the map. Just to be able to find more Bido's nests. I don't know how big this is. Can we see how big it is? Oh, there we go. It's a gigantic planet. Crap. Nauvis is... Oh, then from reference... Oh, I thought that was the size of it. Oh, never mind. No way of looking at the size. Robot. Oh, radius 2,600. And let's compare that to Nauvis. Okay, so it's half the size of Nauvis, whatever that is. Let's look at it compared to some of the other planets that we have. Legogene is very, very small. Kenga is... Oh, it's the same size as the Kenga. For better or for worse. And which is big. And I'm also going to be flagging you up so that we can now get that here. I don't know why we're looking at this, but it... I think this might actually be worth it. Just trying to... Additional rocket survivability advice. Oh, right. We just lost another rocket. Oh, that happens. And... What the hell happened? Oh, now his orbit is being damaged. Now his orbit. Oh, right. Okay. Well, just fix it. It's a stone rocket. Pfft. Who cares? Now, we are trying to actually... Oh, look at that. That's actually interesting. So we're now starting to clear the Vitamelange planet before we even get there. That would be really nice. Because when we get there, they start absorbing pollution and shit happens. But they should be idle right now. So if we can just schedule this for deconstruction, then eventually, whatever eventually means, then we will be having a clear planet there. Lovely. Awesome. That was it. I think we have secured our planet with artillery. We have built an artillery system here. We have renewed our uranium processing. We have made more and better Kovarex that's flowing. This is also it's also flowing. Great. And then we have built these two, our atomic bomb factory and also our delivery system. And we're actually now starting to deliver nuclear bombs to both the ice planet Kenga and also to the future Vitamelange planet if we get that far. Cool. I think that was pretty cool. That was really nice, and it gets us some capability that's definitely unique to space exploration. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it interesting. Be sure to tune in on Sundays for my live stream when it's super frustrating, where the distractions everywhere and we barely make any progress. Like the whole stream of not doing anything except just clearing biters is not what I had planned for a Sunday evening, but it was. But now it also turns into a nice video where we can showcase a new, neat, cool feature of this mod pack. So thank you for watching. Until next time, take care and stay effective.